there. This is Welsh ASMR 82. Hey, how you doing? So this is the second part of a series that I'm doing where we look at a road atlas of Europe and I stop at certain places, normally cities, and read the Wikipedia article, a couple of lines from it at least. So we'll learn a little bit about the place, we'll learn some facts, maybe the etymology of the name, the place name, and lots of you are asking me to give you more info about where I grew up, which is Swansea, the second biggest city in my country of Wales, after the capital here in Cardiff. So let's start with Swansea then. Beautiful place. And I'll explain a little bit about it and then I'll read the Wikipedia article and then we'll move on and we'll look at right across Europe. We're not just focusing on Wales or the UK or anything. Okay, in brief, this is Wales, or the southern part of Wales. It's Aberystwyth there, which marks the middle of the country. And this is the border with England. Newport, Cardiff and Swansea are the largest cities in the country and they're all on the south coast. And then Swansea here is on what we call the Gower Peninsula. And you can see there's lots of very high quality beach resorts here. In a poll I saw about 15 years ago, it was the second best beaches in Europe after Spain. Although it's always raining, so you can never go and sunbathe. And you can see it's all green here because this is an area of natural beauty. Fun fact about the Mumbles, which is here. So the Mumbles is a part of Swansea, and it's very nice. It's got a pier and a lighthouse, and it's very beautiful. Lots of lovely restaurants and cafes and nice coffee shops, and it's called the Mumbles. It's quite a funny story. Apparently this is from Norman French, because there are like two little islands at the end of the stretch, and so they thought they looked like breasts. So this is a version of the word for breasts in French. The breasts, because it's got two very small islands at the end that sort of stick out to the earth, stick out to the sea. So yeah, that's the Mumbles, and we'll be looking at Swansea, the rest of it here, which is just on the end of the M4, the motorway that runs all the way to London. Okay, let's learn a little bit more. Swansea, in Welsh, Abertawe, is a coastal city and the second largest city of Wales. It forms a principal area officially known as the City and County of Swansea, in Welsh, Dinas a Sir Abertawe. The city is the 25th largest in the United Kingdom, located along Swansea Bay in southwest Wales, with the principal area covering the Gower Peninsula. It is part of the Swansea Bay region and part of the historic county of Glamorgan, which is about here, stretched into here, and the ancient Welsh commote of Gwyr. Gwyr is the Welsh word for Gower now. Gwyr. The principal area is the second most populous local authority in Wales, with an estimated population of 246,000, so tiny compared to some American cities. And that was estimated in 2020. Swansea, along with Neath, which is just here, and Port Talbot, which is here, forms the Swansea urban area with a population of 300,000. It is also part of the Swansea Bay City region. During the 19th century, in industrial heyday, Swansea was the key centre of the copper smelting industry, earning its name Copperopolis. And Llanelli is Tinopolis, I believe, because it was tin. But yeah, the Industrial Revolution kind of started in Swansea. I'm claiming it. No, it was a major part of the Industrial Revolution, both for the United Kingdom but also for Europe, the world. Etymology. The Welsh name Abertawe translates as mouth or estuary of the river Tawe. Therefore, if you ever see Aber something or other, then you know it means where the river comes into the sea. So there are lots of places down here in Cornwall where they have Aber. I'm just looking for one now. And of course in Scotland you've got Aberdeen, and in Wales you've got loads, Aberystwyth, Aberporth, etc. But yeah, it means where the river comes to the sea, the estuary. This name was likely used for the area before settlement was established. The first written record of the Welsh name for the town itself dates from 1150 and appears in the form Abertwy. It's interesting, with a P, Aber. The name Swansea, pronounced Swansea, not pronounced Swansea, is derived from the Old Norse name of the original Viking trading post that was founded by King Sweyn Forkbeard between 960 and 1014. It was the name of the king, the Svein, with the suffix of a, which means island, referring either to a bank of the river at its mouth or to an area of raised ground in marshland. However, the Norse termination a can mean inlet, and the name may simply refer to the mouth of the river as well. Yes. That's Swansea, everyone. I'm going to skip a few pages because I always do the first couple. I just want to get into a habit of doing too many of the same place. Aha, let's go to Poland. We can see at the top here we got the capital, Warsaw, Warszawa, and then we've got the large city of Łódź, but without making too much noise, to Kraków. I've heard it pronounced Krakow in Britain, and in the States I think you call it Krakow, but in Polish it's Kraków. Let's learn a little bit about Kraków. You ready? See, it's right next to Dąbrowa Górnicza, Sosnowiec, Chorzów, Katowice, Zabrze, Bytom, Tychy, Ruda, Gliwice, and Tarnów. So Kraków, also spelled with a C, is the second largest and one of the oldest cities in Poland. Situated on the Vistula River in Lesser Poland Voivodeship, the city, that's the river there, that's the Wisła actually. The city dates back to the 7th century. It's a very old city then. Kraków was the official capital of Poland until 1596 and has traditionally been one of the leading centres of Polish academic, economic, cultural and artistic life, cited as one of Europe's most beautiful cities. Its old town with Vavel Royal Castle was declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1978. One of the world's first sites granted the status. Wow. The city has grown from a Stone Age settlement to Poland's second most important city. I'm assuming the first is Warsaw. It began as a hamlet on Vavel Hill and was reported by Ibrahim ibn Yaqub, a 10th century merchant from Cordoba in modern-day Spain, but at the time it would have been Moorish Caliphate. A busy trading centre of Central Europe in 985. With the establishment of new universities and cultural venues, at the emergence of the Second Polish Republic in 1918, and throughout the 20th century, Kraków reaffirmed its role as a major national academic and artistic centre. As of 2023, the city has a population of 804,000, with approximately 8 million additional people living within a 100-kilometre radius of its main square. 8 million, my goodness. How far is 100? What is it? Kilometres. That's the key. Oh, okay, yeah, so that includes this area here, that's why. And then Częstochowa, probably in Kielce. So this is probably the most high, densely populated area outside of Warsaw then, I guess. Because the key is here and it says, let me show you. This much is only 50 kilometers. So, up to there. Yeah, so it's double that. So it's going to be that. That area there. Kielce may just be on the border of it. After the invasion of Poland by the Nazis, by Nazi Germany at the start of World War II, the newly defined district Krakow became the capital of Germany's general government. The Jewish population of the city was forced into a walled zone known as the Kraków Ghetto, from where they were sent to, I don't want to say it, camps. However, the city was spared from destruction and major bombing. I didn't realise Auschwitz is nearby. A place I've always wanted to visit out of respect, but don't actually want to go to, if you know what I mean. I feel like I should, but definitely would not look forward to it. In the year 2000, Kraków was named European Capital of Culture. In 2013, Kraków was officially approved as a UNESCO City of Literature. The city hosted World Youth Day in 2016 and the European Games in 2023. Etymology: the name of Kraków is traditionally derived from Krakus, Krak or Krakch, the legendary founder of Kraków and a ruler of the tribe of Vistulans. In Polish, Kraków is an archaic possessive form of Krak and essentially means Krak's town. The true origin of the name is highly disputed among historians, with many theories in existence and no unanimous consensus. The first recorded mention of Prince Krakus, then written as Grakch, Krak, dates back to 1190, although the town existed as early as the 7th century when it was inhabited by the tribe of Vistulans. It is possible that the name of the city is derived from the word kruk, meaning crow or raven. I love these videos because I get to learn loads myself. Where are we going then? Shall we go to Italy first, on the left-hand side of the page, and then we'll go to Croatia. Oh, so this is Bosnia, but this line here is the border. All these islands are Croatia. Let's do Ancona. Just to place ourselves, we've got Italy's, so we're on the section here where it's not at the top, it's not down on the boot yet, we're in the middle, on the coast. And San Marino, one of the smallest countries in the world, is just here. Okay, Ancona is a city and seaport in the Marche region of central Italy, with a population of around 101,000 as of 2015. Ancona is the capital of the province of Ancona and of the region. The city is located 280 kilometers northeast of Rome, on the Adriatic Sea. Very beautiful sea, between the slopes of two extremities of the promontory of Monte Conero, Monte Astagno and Monte Guasco. Ancona is one of the main ports on the Adriatic Sea, here, especially for passenger traffic, and is the main economic and demographic centre of the region. I can see on the other side there's loads of boats that say Ancona, Ancona, Ancona from all of the different islands and even the mainland. Ancona was populated as a region by Picentes since the 6th century BC, who also developed a small town there. Ancona took a more urban shape by Greek settlers from Syracuse in about 387 BC, who gave it its name. Ancona stems from the Greek word ankon, meaning elbow. Oh yeah, it makes sense. It's a little jutting out there. The harbour to the east of the town was originally protected only by the promontory on the north, shaped like an elbow. Greek merchants established a Tyrian purple dye factory here. In Roman times it gets its own coinage, with the punning device of the bent arm holding a palm branch, and the head of Aphrodite on the reverse, and continued the use of the Greek language. Wow, how interesting. Conero's there, look. Falconara Marittima. Then there's lots of information about it later on in. So much information. I mean, it's such an old one, isn't it? It's got a lot of Jewish history as well. Jews began to live in Ancona in 967 AD. It has been claimed that in 1270 a Jewish resident of Ancona, Jacob of Ancona, travelled to China 4 years before Marco Polo and documented his impressions in a book called The City of Lights. What else other information we can see? The climate of Ancona is humid subtropical, and the city lies on the border between Mediterranean and more continental regions. Precipitations are regular throughout the year, so it rains a lot. Winters are cool. January means average temperature of 5 degrees or 41 Fahrenheit. With frequent rain and fog, temperatures can reach -10, which is 14 degrees Fahrenheit. Or even lower values outside the city centre during the most intense cold waves. Snow is not unusual, with air masses coming from northern Europe or from the Balkans and Russia, and can be heavy at times. Wow, I would not think that. Summers are usually warm and humid. July mean temperature 22.5 degrees Celsius or 72 Fahrenheit. Highs sometimes can reach values around 35 to 40 degrees, which is 95 or 104 Fahrenheit. especially if the wind is blowing from the south or from the west. Thunderstorms are quite common, and there can be flash floods in September as well. Okay, and let's pop over the Adriatic, this beautiful blue sea. I want to take a look at Split. So as I said earlier on, this is actually Bosnia, but all these islands down here, they are Croatia. We talked about this border previously on the channel, how it's comical in the sense that it quits for about like this much to let Bosnia have a port, but the entire coastline is just Croatia. Okay, let's learn a little bit about Split. So, Split, historically known as Spalato, from Venetian, is the second largest city of Croatia after the capital Zagreb, the largest city in Dalmatia, and the largest city on the Croatian coast. So, just to clarify that Venetian comment, so Venice was its own sort of state, and it owned a lot of land, particularly down here, so classically this would have been part of Venice or Italy at one point, particularly the northern part of Croatia, which only really changed hands after the Second World War. It lies on the eastern shore of the Adriatic Sea and is spread over a central peninsula and its surroundings. An inter-regional transport hub and popular tourist destination, the city is linked to the Adriatic Islands and the Apennine Peninsula. More than 900,000 tourists visit Split every year. I think Split, if I'm remembering correctly, is where they filmed Game of Thrones. I think that's where the castle was of the royal family, the bad guys. The city was founded as the Greek colony of Aspalathos in the 3rd or 2nd century BCE on the coast of the Illyrian Dalmatii, and in 305 CE it became the site of the palace of the Roman Emperor Diocletian. It became a prominent settlement around 650 when it succeeded the ancient capital of the Roman province of Dalmatia, Salona. After the sack of Salona by the Avars and Slavs, the fortified palace of Diocletian was settled by Roman refugees. Split became a Byzantine city. Later it drifted into the sphere of the Republic of Venice and the Kingdom of Croatia, with the Byzantines retaining nominal suzerainty. I don't even know what that word means in English. So the Byzantines would have been, before the Ottomans. For much of the High and Late Middle Ages, Split enjoyed autonomy as a free city of the Dalmatian city-states, caught in the middle of a struggle between Venice and Croatia for control of the Dalmatian cities. Venice eventually prevailed, and during the early modern period, Split remained a Venetian city, a heavily fortified outpost surrounded by Ottoman territory, because Bosnia was very much in a part of the Ottoman Empire. Its hinterland was won from the Ottomans in the Morean War of 1699, and in 1797, as Venice fell to Napoleon, the Treaty of Campo Formio rendered the city to the Habsburg monarchy. In 1805, the Peace of Pressburg added it to the Napoleonic Kingdom of Italy. This has been passed around a lot. And in 1806, it was included in the French Empire, becoming part of the Illyrian provinces in 1809. After being occupied in 1813, it was eventually granted to the Austrian Empire following the Congress of Vienna, where the city remained a part of the Austrian Kingdom of Dalmatia until the fall of Austria-Hungary in 1918 and the formation of Yugoslavia. In World War II, the city was annexed by Italy again, then liberated by the partisans after the Italian capitulation in 1943. It was then reoccupied by Germany, which granted it to its puppet independent state of Croatia. The city was liberated again by the partisans in 1944 and was included in the post-war socialist Yugoslavia as part of its Republic of Croatia. In 1991, Croatia seceded from Yugoslavia amid the Croatian War of Independence. The name Aspalathor or Spalathor may come from the spiny broom, although it is the related Spanish broom, Spartium junceum, Aspartor, that is common in the area. I'm guessing that's some sort of plant. Calicotome spinosa. Yeah, okay, must be a plant. After the Roman conquest, the name became Spalatum or Aspalatum in Latin, which in the Middle Ages evolved into Spalathum, Spalatrum, and Spalatro in the Dalmatian language of the city's Romance population. From the early modern period, in international correspondence and in all the city's official documents, the official name was the Latin Spalatum. The Venetian spelling Spalato became official in the 18th century under Venetian rule and is still the name of the city in Italian. From the 10th century onwards, the local use was Spaletto, from where, through a stage Spaletto to Spalec, came the South Slavic forms, the Ekavian Splet, Ekavian Spliet, and Ekavian Split. In the 19th century, following the Illyrian movement and its official recognition by the Habsburg monarchy, the Croatian names Split and Spliet became increasingly prominent before Split officially replaced Spliet in 1910 by decision of the city council. Wow, it's had a bit of a busy time, hasn't it, on Split? Okay, I'm going to leave it there today. I really, really hope that you enjoyed this video, you learned something new, or it just relaxed you and you've been able to chill out or even fall asleep. If you love what I do, then click like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, drop me a comment, particularly if it's with any extra info that you know, that you've heard of. I love little facts and factoids. It doesn't even have to be about anywhere we looked at today, if you just want to share something. And lastly, if you want to join my Patreon, like loads of you have this month, hello everyone, then consider doing so and you get an extra one of these map videos free every month, in addition to early access to every video on this channel, a couple of days early, and an extra ramble video as well, so 2 videos for free, and all videos on this channel early. So join us, and that's for all tiers. There's no discrimination. If you just join on any tier, you get the same perks. Good night everyone, take care, thanks for all your support, and I'll see you again